Hello gentlemen, I've got a review for you now of my next build. I've got a review for you on my next build, which is of my next build. Before I do the review, usual business shout outs to Model Pricing to Lenny, Basic Modelling Rob, Aaron Newlands, Atomic Dog 32 Brian, Alex Modelling, Cledo 1 Lewis, Making Morse Again Gary, Shane Highland, Armour Empire, Mark, Nigel Wells, Cohen C, Waterloo 745, John, Lon 757, Warren Blanche, Panzer Yaga, Master HQ, Dead Ram Tom, Mr. Z Kits, AZ Kits, Andrew Coins, Mr. Z Kits, AZ Kits, Andrew Coins, F3, Mr. Mosquito, WS, Train Boy 220, Golden Eagle, Crazy Kit Builder, Crazy Kit Builder, Crazy Modeler, James Dywell 64, Crazy Kit Builder, Crazy Modeler, Child Modeler, Hobby Modeler, UK Scale Modeler, Mr. Great Models, good for me. Do look forward to next email. Paul Marsh, June Dark Side Mods VV, Stephen M, Dan Ely Modelers, and Ramblers 69, and all you guys. Basically, this is a huge in my YouTube section. Basically, a huge section, huge shout. Basically, shout out to all you guys who watch my videos, comment my videos, like my videos, and subscribe to my channel. So thank you for doing that. Right, Facebook shout outs, because I want this to be relatively quick, but not too quick because it's a review. Dan, Marin, Ellie, Mida, Kelsey, Kira, Chloe, Brum, Hayley, Billy, Jude, Greg, Lynn, Lenny, Ashley, Alex, Andrew, Gabby, George, Tom, Tristan, John, Joe, Sam, Caroline, Luke, Lisa, Lucy, Louis, Debbie, Diggs, Nan, Michu, Nico, and Charlotte. Thanks for speaking to me on the 21st. If I don't speak to you between now and the 4th of January, have a lovely time in Gala, and I'll speak to you when you get back on the 4th of February. Anyway, enough of that. I've come here to do a review. So, what am I going to be reviewing? What I'm going to review. I've now got a review for you of my next build, which is this. Is Tamiya's 1/35 scale British Army Cheiftain Mark 5 box art, lovely box art. You've got a Cheiftain Mark 5. You've got the driver looking towards the gun or ahead. You've got the loader looking forward. And you've got the commander shouting in the and you got the commander by the looks of things shouting in the intercom. On the box, on the top, on the back, on this side of the box, you've got the Centurion mark. You've got the Centurion, which is the predecessor to the Cheiftain. You've got the M60. You've got the M60A1 US medium tank. The M60A2 US medium tank. You've got the Leopard West German medium tank, and you've got the Type 61 Japanese medium tank. And that's on that side of the box. On that side, you get that, and on the back you get Japanese, and then on the bottom you get Japanese writing. Right, what you get in the kit? You get You get two sets of instructions. You get the English set of instructions and the Japanese set of instructions. Can someone tell me why Tamiya put Japanese instructions in their kits alongside the alongside the English instructions? If you could put that down in the comments, that'd be handy. It's probably simple, but it's probably me being daft, but I'd just like to know really. So yeah, the so let's go through the instructions. And there's the on the front page. You've got the chieftain. You've got history of the chieftain. History of the chieftain. Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3, Mark 3.3, and the final variant being Mark 5. And then this is a 1, 2, 16 stage model. This is 1 to 16 model stages. So stage, I'll fold the instructions. So stages. So stage 1 of the construction is the the idler wheel, the road wheel, and the sprocket and the drive sprocket. And the drive sprocket. Stage 2 is attaches the construction extension, so that you put the road wheels onto the suspension bracket. You put the road wheels onto the suspension bracket. You put the return rollers on with their attaching pins and polycaps, and then you put the bits that attach the side arbor, that attaches the side arbor. So that's stage 2 is basically the road wheel. It's basically suspension. Stage 3, you fix the suspension. Because I've never built a tank in this scale, should I put the road wheels on, or should I build the tank up and then leave them off till I've painted the? Should I paint the sides and then paint the sides of the tank and then put them on? Could you guys tell me what to do on that front, please? Because obviously I've never built a 1/35 scale tank before this. And then stage 4 is the construction of the rear plate, which is basically, I think, the two exhaust units. Which is basically, I think, is the two exhaust units. The toolboxes, by the looks of things, and the exhaust unit in the centre. And then stage 6, stage 5, you put the storage boxes, the fuel tank, the what look to be storage boxes on the back of the rear plate. You also add what look to be tow hooks, and tow hooks and towing eyes onto the rear plate. Then you put the exhaust manifold that goes on the rear plate onto the rear plate, and onto the rear plate you put the gun lock, the travel lock, the gun travelling lock. And then stage 6, you put the you fix the rear plate onto the lower hull. Says while and carefully. You also install the sprocket the sprocket drive and the idler wheels to the shaft, to the lower hull. Stage you also do the tracks at this stage. I'm going to probably paint them up separate before I join them. Stage 7, you fix the upper parts. You fix the upper hull parts. So stage 7 is the upper hull. Is fixing the parts of the upper hull, and then stage 8, you fix more upper hull parts, and stage 9 you fix the inside of the upper hull. Stage 10 is the construction of the main gun, including the gun breech and the cap and the muzzle brake cap. And then stage 11 is construction of the turret. And then stage 12 is construction of the turret parts. So you've got, by the looks of the thing, an optic. By the looks of things, you've got a toolbox there, and then you've got an optics. What looks to be an optics box here. You got an optics box here. What looks to be an optics box, and then you've got commander's cupola with more optics and a machine gun and the hatch. And then you fix the commander's cupola, the optic thing, and optics launcher of some description, more optics, and more little fiddly bits included. And you also fit this storage rack also, as well as some handles. And then you fit and then 14 is more fixing of the turret parts. So you've got the back plate of the turret, back plate of the turret, more storage, more toolboxes, more little bits, spare roller, a wire reel, and you also another towing eyelet, what looks to be, and then the loaders hatches. I'm going to be doing this with the hatches open because I'm going to be displaying this with the commander, the loader, and the driver. So yeah, you also construct and paint the commander, the loader, and the driver there. And then stage 15, you construct the skirts and the attaching points. And then 16 is completion of the chieftain. You basically attach the turret to the upper hull, and then fix the lower hull to the upper hull to the lower hull, and then you fit the side skirts and the skirts and the towing rope and jerry can. And then your options are vehicles founding maneuvers in Canada. Vehicles used in British mainland, chieftain in England, and then vehicles used by troops stationed in West Germany. and they're your 3 schemes, and your paint callouts are all there. And then on the back you've got that. So sprue wise, you have 1, 2. So let's have a look at parts. So sprue wise, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then your 6th sprue. Your 6th. Bye out. And then your 6th sprue is your poly caps and your 6th and spinal screw, and your 6th and spinal screw. So we'll go through the sprues and then we'll look through the. So on the first sprue, I've now got low batteries, so I've got to plug the battery unit in. Thank you for reminding me that. Laptop, you are helpful sometimes, other times you are playing up the back side. Enough of that, it's a review. Right, so on the first sprue, you've got the upper and lower parts of the turret. Nice detail on the turret. You've got some nice detail on the turret. You've got the, if you look very carefully, you've got orange very nice on the very nice detail on the turret. You've got the orange peel effect. You've got the orange peel effect on the turret. You got the orange peel effect on the turret. You got the orange peel effect on the turret. If you look carefully, that is. I mean, you won't pick it up on camera, but you've got the orange peel effect on the turret. Nicely done. It's very nicely done. You've got rivet detail. You've got rivet head detail. You've got weld. You got weld detail here. On the back, towards the back of the turret, you've got weld detail. You've got weld detail, and you've also got, by the looks of things, and I'm really surprised Tamiya's done this because it's not easy to replicate. You've even got the old tack detail. You've got tack detail in there. Now that's not, when I say tack, it's not as in nail tack. Basically, now this is from experience when I did my 3268 welding for qualification, introductory to welding. Basically, when you weld something, chaps, if you're welding a joint and you want to hold it in place, before you actually run the rest of the weld through, you at each end you put down a blob of weld, and it's basically called tacking. It's basically, you put one in, you put a bit down, you put two blobs of weld down to hold it in place, and then you run your weld bead right away along, including the tacks, right and over the tacks. So yeah, that's the turret. That's the upper turret. It's the upper part of the turret, and that's the lower part of the turret. Not much detail on the inside, to be honest. And this is a Tamiya kit, so there won't be. But you've got the you've got rivet detail on the gun, where the gun on the gun mat on the gun mantlet, on both sides of the gun mantlet, and you've got the holding slots for the gun breech. So that's the first sprue, which is both half of the turrets. Second sprue, you've got a number of parts. You've got the sprocket, you've got the drive sprocket wheels, you've got the sprocket drive axle connection points. You've got the side skirts. You've got the side skirts. You've got the side skirt attachment points. You got the side skirt attachment points. You've got the side skirts and the side skirts and the side skirts and the side skirt attachment point. You've got the idler wheel brackets, holding brackets, and you've got the suspension, assembly. Nice core spring detail on there. I've got no idea. I know, parts wise, I don't. The only reason why I know the names is because I've been watching Cohen's reviews. That's the only reason how I know. And I think this spare bit of sprue here is for the. Antenna. The antenna wires that you do. So yeah, that's the second sprue, which concerns the side skirts, the suspension, and other basically the running gear, and the side skirts, the side skirt attachment, and the running gear parts. So that's that. Third sprue, you've got third sprue is mainly concentrating on the turret, but you've got it's mainly concentrating on the turret, but you've got for the turret, and it's mainly concentrating on the turret, but you've also got the commander, but you've also got the commander and the loader. Yeah, you've also got the commander on the loader on the sprue as well. And you've commander and the loader. You got the cupola. You got this. You got loads of detail on. Some really nice detail on the kit. And then you've got the gun barrel and the breech, and I believe that bit there is the bit that goes on the end. Is the muzzle brake. Where my finger is, I believe that's the muzzle brake, but if you could tell me in the comments, that would be very helpful, of course, gentlemen. well, gentleman, Cohen, whoever. Basically, whichever one of you helps me out, I'll be truly grateful. So yeah, you got a lot of this sprue is constant. This sprue is basically concentrating on the turret parts, including on the turret parts, and it includes the gun command, the commander and the loader. So that's so we'll give you a look at the sprue on that side, and you'll give you a look at the sprue on that side. Right. 3, 2, 1. Next sprue. Next sprue. Actually, I'll go for that sprue. And on the next sprue, we've got on this sprue we've got components for the lower hull. On this sprue, it's basically all the lower hull component, or it's basically all the upper hull components. Got components for the upper hull. You've got the towing cable there. You've got bits there. We've got a lot of components on this. You've got towing components there. A lot of toolboxes, a lot of armor. You've got the headlights, fire extinguishers. I think you've got a lot of, you got a lot of different components. You've got all sorts of components in this sprue, but it's mainly concerning the upper hull and the lower and the rear plate. This is mainly concerning the lower hull, the upper hull and the rear plate. The rear plate's there, and you also got on this sprue the driver. So we'll give you a look at that sprue from that side. Right. Changing to the final sprue, well, the last two sprues, the final sprue. Now, the final sprue on the final sprue, well, the second to last sprue mainly deals with the road wheels. Mainly deals with all the road wheels. So these bits here. So you got the road wheels. You got the running gear. So you got the sprocket wheel. You got the sprocket wheels. You got the idler wheels. You got the main road wheels. You got the return rollers. You got the return roller locking axle pins, and you've got the and then you've got various little bits. You've got that bit there, and that bit there, that bit there, which is a towing idler, an idling and towing a towing eye, and you've got a component there which I don't know what it's for, and you've got a component there also which I don't know what they're for. But you armour guys can hopefully write down in the comments what they will. Please, you armour guys, tell me what components I missed the names of. Could you fill me in on, because obviously it would just be helpful if you do, chats. So that's the so that sprue is the wheels. That sprue are the wheels, return rollers. It's basically the running gear. Right. That's the. So right. 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. Change to the final sprue. And then the final sprue is your are basically your axle. Are basically your axle fixing pins. Are basically your final sprue is your axle fixing pins, and other are basically your fixing components, including your axle pins and things like that. Yeah. These are your axle pins. These are your polycaps and your axle pins and all sorts of components and all. Yeah. And that's your final sprue. That's your final sprue. Next, you've got the. So then you've got the tracks. You've got standard Tamiya tracks. Go together well. The tracks go together well. My procedure for these is I'll be gluing them with Wilkinson's rubber glue, and then I'll be melting the little the locating pin, the rub, and then I'll be melting the rubber locating pins down flush. So yeah, that's my procedure with them, and that's one track. So that's one of the tracks. Nice detail on the track. You got nice detail on the track, so yeah, really looking forward to this tank, this cheiftain, because I've never built a tank of this scale before. I've never built a 1/35 scale tank, so I think it's only right that it's my first 1/35 scale tank is a British tank. I'm not being I'm not trying to be offensive. There are other good tanks out there, but as it's my first kit, I just, in all theory, it should be a British one. So yeah, there's the other tank, the other track. I mean, tank. What am I thinking? So yeah, that's the other track, and then the final part of the review is you've got the lower hull. You've got some nice raised detail. You've got some very nice raised detail on the sides of the hull. Raised rivets, raised fueling ports. I believe these two caps are. I believe these are the two refueling ports. If you guys could let us know of that would be grand. And then you've got the idler wheel axle. You've got the idler wheel axle there, and then you've got the pit, and then you've got the and then you've got the points where the spacer polycap joins the upper hull to the lower hull, and then you've got these two bits. Is basically where this is where basically the idler, the sprocket wheel goes, and then you've got the gap for the rear plate, which you have to widen carefully according to the instructions. Lower hull, you've got the lower hull has got the lower hull's got has got a has got orange peel texture on it. It's very fine orange peel texture, mind you, so it won't be easy picked up. And of course, because this is an RC, because Tamiya models designed to be RC vehicles, I've got holes in the bottom of the tank, but I'm not particularly bothered about it. And as Cohen said to me when I spoke to him on the Google Hangouts with Paul Bretland and other can't remember the other chaps. Those guys said to me, "Who's going to be looking at? Who's going to pick up your tank? Nobody." Well, nobody except Michael, but he's my best mate, so I can't really have a go at him. You know, me and my mate Michael, we're really close, and so I really can't have a go at him about it. So that's the lower hull. That's the lower hull, gents. Then you've got the upper. Then you've got the upper hull. You've got some very nice raised rivet detail. Nice orange peel detail on the upper surface. And then of course you've got some very nicely done engine deck, the engine vents, raised detail on the engine vents, and then you've got sprue gates all around the upper hull. But other than that, I'd say that's some nice. Yeah, that's the engine vents, nice raised detail. So that's the upper hull. Now, final part of the review are the decals, or the decals. Your decals, chaps. Colour, perfect. Register, nice, colourful, very colourful. Register, perfect. And I can actually, I can read what they, particularly in terms of like the registration numbers. You can read the registration number. And the numbers and things like that, and the armoured and the AF thing. So yeah, that's the decals. Right. So now I've got to look at the instructions. Now I can't remember how this all goes back. I know the Chieftain. There's the bag size. Right. So, there's the lower hole. The lower hole. Running wheels. Side skirts. Back plate, upper plate. Back plate, back plate and gun breech. Upper hole. Turret. Tracks. Got to put the other track in. And then the Japanese instructions first, and then English instructions first, after. Right, gents, so that is what I'm going to be building next. Right, gentlemen, so that's my review of my that's the review of my Tamiya 1/35 scale British Army Chieftain Mark V tank. Hope you liked it. Hope you liked the review. Like I say, I'm going to be building this next, gents. I'm going to be building this next, so I hope you like the review. I am Panzerjäger. Hope you're listening. Hope you watch this video. I am going to be building the Chieftain alongside the second Pack 40 and Pack 40-75 Opel Pack 40-70 alongside my Airfix 176L Pack 40 75mm gun, Opel Blitz and figures set, and the 88mm gun, the half track, the 88mm gun, the half track tractor and figures set. So I'm going to be building this alongside. I'm going to be building this alongside my two anti-tank gun group anti-tank gun group build alongside my two anti-tank gun group build entries for your group build Panzerjäger. So that was the Chieftain, chaps. Hope you look forward to my build review, my build series of it. Like I say, I'll be starting this within the year. I might even, to be honest, chaps, I might start this today, to be honest. I feel like building right now after reviewing this thing. So, that's the Chieftain. Hope you like it. So, chaps, that was the Chieftain. Hope you liked it. And all that remains to me said is paint your hands and face. Paint your hands and face. Glue on your hands and face. Don't annoy parents. Be good for them. Stay safe. stay safe, be happy, stay safe, be happy, have fun, enjoy modelling. Until the first update until my first update for you on the Chieftain. Thank you for watching this review, and I'll see you guys on the next video, which will be the first update on the Chieftain. And until that video, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys on the first Chieftain update. Alright? Good. Right. Bye, gentlemen. Bye, gentlemen. Bye, gents. Bye, gentlemen. Bye, gents. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye, gentlemen. Bye, gents.